नमस्कार, मैं साधना वर्मा आपका स्वागत करती हूँ योग के इस एपिसोड में। टुडे आई एम इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ संस्कृति योग ऑन द सेलिब्रेशन वीक सीरीज ऑफ इंटरनेशनल योगा डे organized by Indian Embassy, Oman. I am thankful to Sanskriti Yog and my yoga guru Mr. Gajesh Dhariwal for giving me this opportunity to perform yoga today. We know so much about yoga, so I will not waste your much time, but we will just revise few things just to motivate everyone to perform yoga. Yoga is a Sanskrit word that means to join. Yoga is a physical and mental practice that involves body, mind and spirit. It is a practice of exercises that involves gentle, mindful and controlled movements that people can do in every condition, followed by few instructions. Today, we will be practicing yoga that is helpful for women, Matra Shakti. Women experience unique healthcare challenges, so it is important for every woman to take special care of her health. Like we say, a woman's health is her capital, and yoga exercises is very much helpful to overcome almost every type of problem of ladies. Yogic exercises are helpful for women in menstrual problems and cramps during periods. It also reduces the symptoms of premenopause. It eases tense muscles, improve flexibility and enhance strength, balance and endurance. Before performing yoga, we should just check few basic things. One should be empty stomach. Morning time is the best time to perform yoga. Clothing should be comfortable. Listen to your body. Identify your body limit. Just make sure before starting yoga and after performing yoga as well, you should release urine just to remove toxins from your body. We advise you to hold asana for maximum 20 seconds. But again, listen to your body and identify your limit. If you are not able to hold for 20 seconds, you can hold it for 5 seconds, 10 seconds also. But we advise for holding 20 seconds for getting good results. While we are going to the asana, we have to inhale. And while we are coming back, we have to exhale. While bending, we have to exhale. While stretching, we have to inhale. So these are the basic things that we should check before performing yoga. Now we'll start. Before starting, we will recite a sloka. You can repeat after me. Om Sangchatvam Sangdatvam Samvo Manansi Janatam Deva Bhavam Yatha Purve Sanjanana Upasate Sanjanana Upasate. It means, may we all move in harmony, speak in one voice, let our mind in agreement as the ancient God shared their sacrifice. So this on positive note, we will start performing yoga. Please stand on your mats. Now we'll do warm-up exercises. Warm-up exercises are very important to perform before any yogic exercises. It gives flexibility to your body so that you will not harm while performing yogic postures. So we'll start from head to toe. Legs shoulder width apart, hands on your waist. We'll start with the eyes. Rotate your eyes wide open, clockwise 3 times and anti-clockwise 3 times. Try to make a big circle. We'll do one more eye exercise. Extend your arms in the front. Look at your index finger. Spread your hands and look at your index finger. Don't move your head while looking at your finger. Move your eyes only. 3 times in the front, 3 times at 45 degrees. Look at the finger only simultaneously. Don't move your head. Then to the belt region. Now blink your eyes 3-4 times. Blink hard. Blink, open, blink, open, blink, open. Next, we'll do neck exercise. Drop your head to the right. Then to the left. It gives stretch to your neck. Then again, one more time to the right. Then to the left. Turning your neck to right. Then to the front. Then left. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Rotating your neck. While you are rotating, just be slow. Don't exert your neck. And who has spondylosis problem, please avoid doing it. Rotate it to anti-clockwise 3 times and clockwise 3 times. Shoulder movement. Rotate your shoulder, put your hands straight, legs shoulder width apart, and rotate your shoulders clockwise and anti-clockwise 3 times. Try to make a big circle. One more exercise for shoulder movement. Extend your arms, touch your hands to your shoulder and try to make a big circle with your elbows. Just try to face your elbows to the sky, then to the ground. 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. Now we will do turning your upper body. Extend your arms in the front. Turn your upper body. Just check you should not move your lower body. Look behind and hold as much as possible for you. Come back. Then to the left. On the front. One more time to the right. Then front. One more time to the left. Turning to the sides. Legs shoulder width apart. We will turn to right side first, then to the left. Take your left arm to the ear and turn it to the right side. Turn, turn, turn as much as possible for you. Please don't exert yourself. Come back, then to the left. Turn, turn, turn. Hold it for a few seconds, then come back. One more time to the right side. Then again to the left side. Now rotation of your body. Rotate and try to make a big circle. Clockwise 3 times and anti-clockwise 3 times. We can do it more also. Because of time constraint, we are doing 3 times only. Now we will do knee exercise. Lift your leg. We'll start from the right. Lift, bend, lift, bend. Don't give it a jerk. Slowly 3 times. With the other leg, open, close, open, close, open, close. Then ankle rotation and movement. Ankle up and down 3 times. Up, down, up, down. Then rotate your ankle clockwise 3 times and anti-clockwise 3 times. Up, down with the left leg and clockwise 3 times, anti-clockwise 3 times. One last exercise that will give you energy to perform yoga. Clapping. Clap in the front and behind. Clap hard. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Clap hard as much as you can. You will feel energy to your body. We did 10 times, I think. So now we are ready to perform yoga exercises. First we will do Tadasana. You can repeat after me, Tadasana. In this asana, this is very good asana for stimulating nervous system. It gives you balance to your body. It regulates menstrual cycle in women, and respiratory system also improves with this asana. People who have insomnia, headache and high BP should avoid performing it. Extend your arms, join your hands to the front. I will just take this side. And just revert your hands, take it to the head, touch your arms with your ear, stretch your body, give it a good stretch, and then lift your heels. Try to focus on a point. This is very good for balancing. In the final position, if you are practicing for so long, you can look up. Identify your limit and come down whenever you are feeling. One more time we'll be doing. Extend your arms, join your hands, revert it, join your feet and take it to the head. Touch your hands with the ear, stretch your body and then lift your heels. Just focus on a one point final position, you can look up. Just come down whenever you feel. Next, we will be doing Padhastasana. Padhastasana is very good asana for releasing stress, anxiety and fatigue. It increases concentration and blood circulation also. It is beneficial for those are suffering with gastric problems. People with the back pain, hernia or any abdominal surgery, please avoid doing it. Let's do it. Padhastasana. Just extend your arms to your head. Go behind first. Then bend down. Exhale. Try to touch your toes or to the ground. But if it is not possible, please don't exert yourself. You can touch your knees, you can touch your thighs also. But in the final position, we have to touch our head to the knee. Come back, go behind. One more time we'll be doing it. This is very good asana for releasing abdominal fat also. One more time we'll be doing. Join your legs. Go behind first. Inhale. Then exhale and bend down. As much as possible for you. You can hold it for 20 seconds, 10 seconds or 5 seconds also. Try to touch your head to the knee, but no compulsion. You can just bend as much as possible for you. Come back, go behind and straighten your hands. Next, standing asana, we will be performing the counterpart asana of Padhastasana, that is Ardha Chakrasana. Again, this is very good asana for releasing fat to your abdomen, and after pregnancy, ladies gain weight in their abdominal area. This is very good for releasing weight from your abdomen. This asana is very good for focus and releasing fat. It brings flexibility and it gives extreme stretching your abdomen. So this is very good to relieve in menstrual disorders. People suffering with high BP or hernia or any kind of abdominal surgery, please avoid doing it. Ardha Chakrasana. Take your hands to your back, spread your legs to the shoulder width apart for making it easy. If you want to make it difficult, you can join your legs. Otherwise, your legs should be shoulder width apart. Put your hands to your hip, give support with the thumb to your body and just bend behind as much as possible for you. Elbows should be parallel with the ground. One more time we'll be performing Ardha Chakrasana. So inhale, then exhale and bend behind. The last asana for standing asana is Veerbhadrasana. This is very important asana for Matra Shakti. Unlimited uses of this asana. This is very good asana for all the women. Good for menstrual disorder, menopause, premenopause symptoms. And this is very good asana for releasing fat to your thighs. People suffering with knee pain or any knee pains, knee surgery you have gone through, high BP, please avoid doing it. Spread your legs as much as possible for you. We'll start with the right side. So right leg will be out and left leg will lock the left leg. So you can see my leg position, it should be straight. And this leg will bend. Spread your hands, take it to the ear, turn your body and bend your knee. The other leg should be straight. The weight of your body should be on right knee. Look in the front in the final position. Try to hold this posture as long as possible for you. Maximum 20 to 25 seconds. If you are not able to hold it, you can release it whenever you feel so. Straighten your knee first. Turn your body to the front. Down your arms. And then we will be doing from the other side. This is Veerbhadrasana, very good asana for ladies. Now we will lock with the right leg and left leg will be in the front. We'll just bend our knee. Just make sure your hand should be touching to your ear. This is very good asana for balancing also, as you can see while performing. One more time we'll be doing to the right side. Extend your arms, take it to the head region, touch with the ear, open your right leg and lock with the left leg. Bend down to the right knee. Then to the front, to the left side again. You can do it more than 2 times also. Now we have finished all standing asanas. Rest of the asanas, sitting, supine position and pranayam will be doing by my co-practitioner Mrs. Surya and Mrs. Sujata. Thank you so much.
Let us perform few sitting posture asanas which are beneficial for ladies. Let us start with Vishramasana. Stretch your legs comfortably. Hands behind, finger pointing outward. Neck gently drop. Close your eyes. Breathe normally. Be in this posture for 5 to 10 counts. Next, let us move on to Bhadrasana. The precautions for Bhadrasana, people having knee problem, ankle problem or joint problem should avoid it. Bhadrasana helps in digestion, focus and concentration, flexibility, eases delivery labor during childbirth. So let us perform the asana now. Join the soles of the feet. With the help of the hand, push it near the perineum. With each exhalation, push further. Gently drop your knees on the floor. Chin parallel, close your eyes, breathe normally. After reaching the final posture, be there in the posture for 15 to 20 counts. Come back, relax. Let us perform again. With the help of the hand, push it towards the perineum. Come back, relax. Next, we will be moving to Vajrasan. Vajrasan, if you have any ankle problem or knee problem, you should avoid it. For Vajrasan, fold your right leg, then your left leg. Your seat will be in between the toes. Your hands on your lap. This is the best meditative pose. This is the only asana which can be done during the meal or after having the meal. This asana helps you to lose the muscles around the waist. Be in this posture for 5 to 10 counts before we move on to Mandugasana. Mandukasana helps in preventing and controlling diabetics and it's very good for the internal abdominal organs. Make a fist of your hand, keep it on your navel, 1 inch apart. Inhale, by exhaling bend forward with a gentle massage to the navel region.
Try to touch the chest to the thighs. Gently drop the shoulder. After reaching the final posture, breathe normally. Once you reach a limit, with inhalation,
Come back. Let us perform again. With the deep inhalation and with the exhalation, bend forward without raising your seat.
drop your elbows. Come back to Vajrasana.
Next asana, let us perform Vajrasana. If you are having any spine problem or neck problem, head injury, should avoid this asana. Vajrasana is beneficial for the reproductive organ. So let us perform Vajrasana. Come on your forelegs.
Your hands and knees are parallel. Your arms and thighs are perpendicular to the floor.
Inhale, raise your head up, put the pressure on the spine to push it downward direction. Fill the lungs with the air. Hold it for 3 counts. With exhalation,
Bring your head down, spine up.
bring your head down, spine up. Bring your head up, put the pressure on the spine to push it downward direction. Fill the lungs with the air. Hold it for 3 counts. With exhalation, bring your head down, spine up. Bring your head down, spine up. Bring your head down, spine up.
Let us repeat.
Inhalation, head up, spine down. Exhalation,
Head down. Put maximum pressure on the spine in the upward direction.
come back to Vajrasan. Now release your Vajrasan. Let us move on to prone poshasanas. For this, let us go on belly. We'll be starting with Makrasan. Left palm down, right palm over the left palm, forehead resting on the back of the right palm. Legs stretched comfortably. This is one of the best asana for relaxation. People with high BP can perform this asana. The BP will be dropped instantly. People are having low BP should do with care. Be in this posture for 5 to 10 counts. Let us move on to Saral Bhujangasana. Join your legs, chin parallel to, hand parallel to chin. With inhalation, raise your head. From elbow to palm firmly on the ground. If you have any back pain, then you can stretch your legs. Otherwise, join the legs together. Close your eyes. Breathe normally. Observe what is happening within you. With exhalation, come back.
Let us perform again.
With deep inhalation, raise your head. Come back.
Let us move on to Purna Bhujangasana. Legs together. Hand near the armpit. Raise your body from the navel.
Look up, close your eyes, breathe normally. Hold it for 15 to 20 counts. When you reach your limit, come back.
Let us perform again. Bhujangasana.
Inhale. Come back.
Relax. Let us move on to Salabhasana. Make a fist of your hand. Keep it under your thigh. Chin on the floor. Raise your legs from the thigh without bending. Hold it for 15 to 20 counts. When you reach your limit, come back.
Let us perform again. Raise your leg. Come back. Relax for 5 to 10 seconds. Next, let us move on to Dhanurasana. This is one of the asana which involves the full body from top to bottom, serving a lot of benefits, and it activates the thyroid gland and it massages the abdominal area. Let us perform Dhanurasana. Fold your legs, catch hold of the respective angles. With inhalation, raise your thighs, then rise your upper body. Come back. After 1 or 2 deep inhalation and exhalation, let us perform again. Catch hold of your respective angle. Inhale, raise your thighs and upper body. Come back. Now we go on Makrasana. We are completed with the prone posture asanas. Next we will be moving on to supine posture asanas.
Namaste. Now we will go for the supine asana. So lie down on your back. Spread your legs comfortably, hands little away from the body, palm facing sky, and relax yourselves. So in the supine asana, first asana we are doing is Utthana Padasana. Utthana means raise and Pada means legs. We are raising our legs up to 30 degrees. Utthana Padasana is very good for the digestion, very good to reduce your belly, and it is very good for the thighs and back. But if you are pregnant woman, then avoid it, or if you have any abdominal surgery, you should avoid this. So we will start Utthana Padasana. Take both the legs close together, both the hands palm facing ground near the body. Now inhale and raise your legs up to 30 degrees. Legs should be straight, eyes closed, and do normal breathing. Stay there for few seconds, and when you feel you reach your limit, slowly take your legs down. We'll repeat one more time to get good result. So again, inhale and raise your legs up to 30 degrees. Legs should be straight. Now, when you feel you reach your limit, slowly take your legs down. Relax yourself Spread your legs one more time. Now, next asana we are doing is Matsyasana. Matsyasana means fish pose. Matsyasana is very good for the thyroid. It is very good to improve the function of lungs and heart. But if you have any neck injury, neck surgery, you should do it carefully or you can avoid this asana. So for the Matsyasana, take both the legs close together, both the hands, palm facing ground, take them under your thigh, under your hips. Now, toes pointing outwards. Now we'll inhale and raise our upper body and try to keep our top of the head on the ground. Eyes closed, do normal breathing. Now slowly come down. We'll repeat one more time. Inhale and raise your upper body and top of the head on the ground. Eyes closed. Do normal breathing. And when you feel you've reached your limit, slowly come down. Relax one more time. Take out your hands. Spread your legs comfortably. Now third asana we are doing is Pavan Muktasana. Pavan Muktasana is one of the best asana because in this asana our whole body is involved. Pavan Muktasana is very good for the constipation problem. It is very good for the release unwanted gas which will release through this asana. And it is very good for the digestion. But if you have any abdominal surgery, if you have pain in your stomach, you should avoid this asana. So again, take the both legs close together, fold them and keep them near your buttocks. Now with the legs, press your stomach and hold your legs with your hands, interlock your fingers, toes pointing outward. Now inhale and exhale completely and take your head up, up, up. As much as you can, try to touch your forehead to the knee. Do your best. Do normal breathing and observe what is happening in your body. Slowly first take your head down, release your hand and release your leg. Don't stretch your legs, we will repeat one more time. It is one of the best asana. If you do it twicely, you will get good result. So one more time, press your legs on the stomach, hold it with your hands, interlock your fingers, toes pointing outwards. Now inhale and exhale completely and take your head up, up, up. Slowly go down, release your hand and straighten your legs. In this way, we finish all the supine asanas. Now we'll do Yoga Nidra. Spread your legs comfortably, both the hands palm facing sky, fingers half folded like a newborn baby, and we are consciously relaxing our body and mind. So be relaxed. Relax your every part of body from toes to head. Observe your breathing and relax. Now make a in your hand fingers and toes. Take both the legs close together. Turn to the right. Make a pillow of your right hand. Bend little legs, hands, left hand along the body. You are still resting. Now with the help of right hand and left hand, eyes closed, come in sitting posture, any comfortable posture, Sukhasana, Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana. Now rub your hands nicely, produce some nice heat and put on your eyes so that heat can penetrate through your eyes. Slowly take your hands in front of your eyes. Look at your palm and with a gentle smile, open your eyes looking at your palms. Now we'll start pranayam. First pranayam we are doing is Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is forceful exhalation and inhalation is passive. When we exhale, we lift our diaphragm upward with a gentle stroke. Now both the hands in Drona Mudra, keep on the knees. Kapalabhati is very good pranayam. It has lot of benefits, particularly for the ladies those who are suffering from the fibroid or cyst. It will help to get rid from this problem. It is very good for lungs. It is very good for our mind also. So Kapalabhati, for that both the hands in Drona Mudra, spine should be straight, eyes closed, and we will do 2 rounds, 21 and 31. For that, inhale and exhale. Inhale, and with half exhalation we will start strokes. Inhale deeply and exhale. Observe the stoppage of your breath. For a few seconds, you don't feel to breathe because you have excession of oxygen. And after a few seconds, you feel to breathe. So that time you feel, do normal breathing and come out. Now we'll do second cycle of 31 strokes. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and with half exhalation, start. Inhale deeply and exhale. When we keep both the hands on the knees, it will give support, good support to our back, and we can do good strokes, nice strokes. So now next pranayam is Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Anulom Vilom Pranayam is also very good pranayam. It is very good for our mind. It lowers our BP. With this we can come out of depression. And so if you do it regular practice, our life will be very peaceful and blissful also. So for that, left hand in Dhyan Mudra, right hand in Pranav Mudra. So first 2 fingers and thumb together. First we close our right nostril and inhale through the left nostril, and then close the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Again, inhale through the right nostril and close it and exhale through the left nostril. This is one cycle. Today we'll do only 2 cycles, but in regular practice we'll do 7 or 8 cycle for the best result. So we'll start. Inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale to the left nostril. Again, inhale, exhale to the right nostril. Inhale and exhale to the left nostril. Slowly come back. Now third pranayam is Bhramari pranayam. Bhramari pranayam is very good. Those who are having sleeping problem, insomnia, or with this Bhramari pranayam, our vocal cord will be very good. So we will do Bhramari pranayam. We'll close our ear with our thumb, middle finger, long finger at the junction of our eyes and nose, remaining fingers on the face, and we will produce bumblebee sound. And when we close, inhale and close our mouth, we'll touch our tongue to the upper palate and produce sound like a bumblebee. So inhale, touch your tongue to the upper palate and produce. Start. Come back. Now last, we'll keep our body ready for the dhyan. So spine should be straight. You can keep your both the hands in dhyan mudra, or you can keep at the lap, one on the another, and both the thumbs touching to each other. Do inhalation and exhalation slowly. Observe at the tip of the nose, inhalation and exhalation. Now focus your mind on the Agya Chakra, which is in between of your eyebrows, where we put bindi or tilak. And silently affirm, I am physically, mentally, emotionally, completely relaxed. I am happy. I am healthy. I am enjoying every moment of my life. So be it, so it is. Now focus your mind on the top of the head, Brahmarandra or crown chakra. From there, we believe that divine energy, spiritual energy is entering to our body, and it is touching to every cell, every organ and every system of our body. Feel the energy in your body. And slowly return back. Now rub your hands nicely, produce some nice heat, and put on your eyes. And in dark chamber, open and close your eyes 20 to 25 times. Again close your eyes, rub your hands. This time put your hands directly on the eyes. Again close your eyes. This time rub your hands and put on your ears. One more time, rub your palm and give the massage to the face from down to up and into out to avoid the wrinkles. Now next rub for the neck, front to back. One more rub for the arms, hand, and one last nice rub for the eyes. Now take your both the palms in front of your eyes. Slowly with a gentle smile, open your eyes looking at your palm. Now we'll do Shanti Mantra. I will say, you follow me. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Paschantu, Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Meaning of this Shanti Mantra is that may all be prosper and happy. May all be healthy. May all see divinity in everywhere and everything. And there will be no pain at all. And last, Shanti in the spiritual level, Shanti in world level, and Shanti in supernatural level. So in this way we finish the session. Thank you for the joining. Thank you very much.